Hi, my name is Aveona. I make art about my faith in the human experience. I'm a student at LSU for painting and drawing, and I just love the Lord. Yes, I did always see myself as an artist. Growing up, I've always loved to draw. I loved being in art classes. If I had an elective for high school or middle school, I always chose art. But I thought it was a thing that everybody loved. I thought everybody loved to paint. I thought it was a regular thing until I got to college and I found out that my friend, I was painting. I was like, "You want to paint?" She's like, "No, I don't like to paint." And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I thought that was a normal thing. I thought everybody loved to do it. But also growing up, like you hear things, oh, you can't make money doing this. You need to pursue a job or a career that is going to make you money. You're going into the health field or going into engineering, something more realistic. And I never see myself doing that. I feel like I wasn't good at anything else except for like creating. I just really love to create. And when I came to the Lord, I really was like, I'm going to create, and I'm going to create for the Lord specifically because I know that's what He had called me to do. I think the earliest I can remember like creating is probably like 4th grade. I would paint things, draw things, everything that I could do. My parents would always give me those little like kits, the painting and drawing kits that are like really cheap and like old, and like everything breaks. There's no ink in some of them. It's brand new. There's no ink in the markers. And I always used to have those. So I always loved it. But when I was going into my senior year of high school, I had my auntie, she's a prophetess, and she was on the phone with a friend and they spoke to me. And they had said a lot of things, but one of the things they had told me, they were like, I see you drawing and painting and stuff. And by this time I had kind of slowed down on drawing and stuff just because I was going to my senior year. I wanted to try to see what I could pursue that would actually make me money or bring me money. And the friend told me, was like, the Lord wants you to major in that, because I was really trying to focus on what I wanted to major in since, senior year of high school, that's what you're thinking about. And I was like, oh, okay. Not doing that, but okay. So I went on high school, finished that, and that's all I kept thinking about was the Lord. That word that I got was the Lord told me to major in art. And I'm like, that sounds so fun, but Lord, I don't know how that's gonna work in the long run. I really don't know how that's gonna happen. Then we had an event at UCFM, and that's where I met you. And your testimony was literally the last thing I needed. Like, as soon as I heard it, I said, God, you are so funny, because I found out about this event last minute. And I came and I was like, this is where I need it. Because I was like, Lord, please just give me, I know you told me already, but I need just a little bit more confirmation. And boom, you came. And that day I told my best friend at the time, I was like, I'm changing my major to art, and like, I'm gonna trust the Lord in that. And now, I mean, it's hard sometimes because I get discouraged. I'm like, Lord, are you sure this is like, are you sure? Like my video only getting 30 likes. Like, I'm trying to promote, like I opened my website. Can I get a sale? But then He brings me back to the things that He already spoke. He said, if I spoke it, then I will do it. And I'm like, Lord, you know better than me. So let me just stay in my lane and focus on you and what you have called me to do. And all honestly, and I feel like this is so cliche, and people might think like, oh, like, it's just a front because it's the camera. But no, actually yesterday I was literally crying about it, because I was like, Lord, like I'm so excited for this and trying and really I'm trying to meet you halfway, because faith without works is dead. So I'm really trying to put my works with the faith that I've been having. And I'm like, Lord, I feel like I'm not seeing the results. I feel like I'm not, like, what's happening? And I prayed about it, and I went to my Bible, and I had to remind myself as to the promises that the Lord has given us, and just go into my journal and remind myself what the Lord has spoken to me, and just seeing the promise that He's fulfilled in the Word. Like, if He did it back then, He's gonna do it now. If He has told you He's going to do it. If you're Christian creative especially, and the Lord has told you to do this thing, do not expect it to just be like, it's done, because God doesn't really, He can work like that. He's not put in a box, but most of the time God wants to develop you. He wants to show you how things work, because if you get this thing so quickly, you might not know how to manage it, and it'll be your downfall at the end of the day, and the Lord does not want that to happen to you. He wants it to be a good thing for you, because it is a good thing. So I would say don't expect it to come like this. And when you get in those moments, like the moment I had yesterday, like open your word, remind yourself what the Lord has done. Go into your notes app or wherever you keep the promises that the Lord has spoke to you. Remind yourself of those things, and just remember that your faith is everything. Your faith is everything to God. He knows your heart posture, and just come before Him and be honest with Him. So this painting is called Sunday Morning. I really wanted to create a nostalgic painting, but I didn't know how to merge faith with it at first, because usually I think of like an old television show or a certain cereal that you used to eat when you were a child or something like that. And then I was like, literally everybody, or mostly everybody, has a good memory of when they used to go to church when they were little girls. And especially, I know as Black girls, we always have the big poofy white dresses on with the ruffle socks and the small little heels on, and baby, you're just excited. You're excited. You don't know what's going on. You just happy because you look cute. All I knew was, oh, I'm going to church and I love Jesus. I didn't know all the theology. I didn't know anything deep about the Lord. I just knew Jesus died for me and I love Him. So I'm going to church and I'm going to be happy. And I really wanted to portray that here with the smiles and just the happiness of like childlike faith. You don't know what's going on, but you know you believe, and you know you look cute in a dress. So that's really what I wanted to portray here, which is why there's a lot of colors in the dresses. It's not just a plain white dress. I wanted to show that it's joyful and bright and happy and light, and it's just two little girls just excited to go to church. Be sure to follow me on my social media. It's at Aveona with 3 A's at the end on Instagram and TikTok. And my website is aveonashannon.com. My name is Aveona, and I always aim to be a woman of presence.